Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. Oops, I have back from my open tab. Uh, Once again, hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. I am Mage 1011 and today we are playing some more Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail post Dawntrail side stories. When we last left off, we were about to do the last current Arcadian fight that there is. So without further ado, let's queue up for that, and let's go do some hunts while we wait. The next place we were going to go for these was the Ruby Sea, which we only have two there. We have these things, which spawn there, and we have those which spawn there. Okay. So the closest Aetheryte to my first hunt is in Othard, right here. Generally, I tend to do hunts while I wait for queues, that or fates. But yeah. Looks like I'm in the loading screen while the queue has popped. Let's see if this guy drops out or we have to, or we get pulled in. Let's see, we can... Okay, so we have not gotten queued due to that. They spawn somewhere around here. Oh, there's the duty finder. Let's see if we actually get pulled in this time. Yes, we do. This guy uses Fenrir, one of the wolf. Wow, he has a sword and the things that Sage has. Okay, that's good to know. Okay. I would not have made it over there had I not used Smudge. Oh, fuck. Okay, so that's how that works. Oh, fuck. I blame that on lag, because I was not inside of any AoEs. Please don't share that. Please don't share that. Fuck. Why? Okay, good. That was a good time to use my barrier. Oh, that's... This is not good. I'm surprised I'm not getting hit by those. Oh my fucking god. I died. So I found out what happens if you get hit by that cleave. Oh, that's a tank buster. Ow, fuck. Nope, I lost that. No. You know what? I thought that would work. There we go. Chasing at the crush. I can't read that word. At the apex. There we go. Ooh, didn't need on that, and need on that. I also need new gear, so I'm gonna get whatever I can. Huh. Talk to Yana. Yana. You did it. You really did it. You're amazing. I knew you know that. You are simply too strong for me. I gave my word, and I intend to keep it. I'll retire from fighting. With this, I've I've escaped immediate death, but I've also lost my purpose in life. Tell me, what am I to do with myself now? I truly do not know. There are battles you can still fight. Help us oppose the president. The president has sacrificed the lives of countless fighters for the sake of entertainment, and as good as killed my friend. He should be stopped, I know. But as I said before, we owe him everything. That's why we continue to fight willingly, even if it meant dying from our illness. You fool. You can't tell me that the brute bomber went willingly to his death, and there are people who care for you even if you don't seem to care for yourself. All this time, Air Troop's been fighting alone, trying to save you. What? She vanished without a word as soon after we developed symptoms of Psychronius. I searched, but I couldn't find a trace of her. I was more shocked than anyone when she suddenly showed up and challenged Mage. Seeing how strong she still was, I assumed that her symptoms had abated, and she decided to resume fighting. Let me make it crystal clear. You've been using your debt to the president as an excuse not to face the bitter truth. And in doing so, you've lost sight of those dearest to you. It was in order to save you that Airtrop went after Mage for his soul. She thought it was the only way she could be with you, who could see no life outside the Arcadian. I have no words. You're right about everything. The choices I've made have been out of fear that I would no longer be the Howling Blade. That's why I did nothing to stop my friend, even though I knew he was going to his death. Forgive me, Hector. I should have tried to save you, like they did. Thank you for bringing me to my senses. The president has done enough harm. I will help you to stop him. It's heartening to count the Howling Blade himself as our ally. The Howling Blade is no more. From now on, it's simply Retsara. Let's continue talking at the gym. Airtrop and Naomi are there, and they'd be happy to see you. Understood. There's one more matter I need to tend to. I'll meet you there shortly. Solution 9. And this time I'm actually going to use the dang Ethernet because I keep forgetting to use it every time I go to that gym. Bleh. That saves a good deal of walking, running, movement. Eh. Pets are forbidden where I live, so I was hoping that you could look after these little ones. We'd be glad to. Naomi has been wanting to adopt a cat for a while now. She must be upstairs with Airtrope. I'll go see how they are. May I come too? Of course. You and Airtrope have a lot of catching up to do, I expect. Kitties! We have a situation. Airtrope and Naomi and Airtrope are gone. Naomi wouldn't take Airtrope outside in her current state, and her terminal was left on the bed. Something happened to them. Wolf Mage, you unenhanced warrior, for your contribution to the excitement provided in the Ascension Arcane, you have my utmost esteem. That voice, it's the President. However, I cannot suffer anyone to rewrite my script. And so, as a safeguard against further devastations, I have taken Airtrope and Naomi into my care. After some coaxing, Metem divulged to me that you wish to cure Cycronius. And it just so happens I know where you can find the stimulant you seek. The drop of life. It is called. What do you want from us? Two simple things. Wolfmage must continue fighting at the Arcadian, and you must never again meddle with my scripts. Nothing needs to change otherwise. If you become Grand Champion Wolfmage, our soul repository will be at your disposal, and I will even disclose the location of the drop of life. That is all. I look forward to seeing your exploits at the pinnacle of the Ascension Arcadian Championship, the heavyweight division. So the President was a step ahead of us. One wrong move and Airtrope and Naomi will come to harm. It seems we have no choice but to place our hopes in Wolf Mage. I won't let you down. Thank you. As as your second, I will continue doing my best to support you. As will I. I won't turn a blind eye to the president's depraved actions any longer. Never again will I let anyone be taken away from me. Wonder if you can interact with the kitties. Ratsura. To think the president would stoop so low as to abduct Airtrop, convalescing, com, com, convalescing as she is, and a helpless child. We must do all in our power to get them back. And when we have, we must stop him once and for all. Deep down, I know that's what Hector would have wanted. I'm not sure if the final Arcadian phase has been added yet, so let's find out. ... Sorry, I'll be fine. As long as we do what the president says, no harm should come to my sisters. Now, ahead of your campaign, now headed for your campaign to become the grand champion, I want you to prepare as best you can in your own way. Whether you train to hone your skills or rest to recover your strength, see to it you're ready for your next fight. I'm truly sorry to place so much on your shoulders, but you're the only one we can depend on. Please come and find me when it's time for the heavyweight matches to begin. Let's do Quick Tongue. Come to see how I'm faring. That's very kind of you. Truth is, I'm worried sick about Naomi and Airtrop, but I know only too well now that now is not the time to act rashly. Instead, Russia and I have put our heads together to see if there's anything we can do without drawing the president's attention. So please, don't worry about me. You should focus on preparing for the heavyweight tier. Your opponents will be fiercer than any before, and you'll need to be in tip-top shape to best them. So it looks like the heavyweight is not unlockable yet, so let's do a different side story. Let me find this side story. We're going to unlock the 2 optional dungeons for Dawntrail. Oops, that's the wrong tab. Which will then unlock level cap dungeons. Now, there's one of them. So what's the quest I'm looking for this one? It begins in the museum. It begins in the museum, which can be found in Tuliola. And we're going to unlock the 2 optional dungeons. So we're looking for the quest. It belongs in a museum, and the other quest is something strays in the neighborhood. So let's look for those quests. It belongs in a museum is right here. So let's go ahead and if they're not, the closest one to that is here. We're gonna do this little side story. And thereby unlock 2 new dungeons. Maybe. I'll at least unlock one of them. So it should be this quest right here. It belongs in a museum. The strange man is staring at you intently, perhaps too intently. Wolf Mage, at last. You have no idea how long I waited here, hoping we might finally meet. There's a matter of utmost importance I simply must have your assistance with. But introductions are in order. I am Zaishian? No, that's a Pokemon name. Zai Chi Hana. Zai Chi Han. I can't read that. Professor of Archaeology at the Studium, at the behest of the former head of Reason, I was invited to oversee various archaeological expeditions throughout Tyrell. I heard from a little bird in Valak's Shunsa that you, a most renowned adventurer, had made your way to the continent, and could think of no better individual to aid me in uncovering its history. As a matter of fact, I have already made a most fascinating discovery in the wilds of Jacques Tourelle. I chartered a balloon to examine a point of interest in Shaloni to see, and soon discovered ruins which have been unseen for nigh a millennium. Surely Lady Luck is on my side, I thought, but alas, things soon took a turn for the worse. In the spirit of inquiry, I hired a group of mercenaries for protection and made my first foray into the area, but we were no more than halfway through before a host of fierce fiends barred our approach. Truth be told, 'tis a miracle we even made it out alive. Yet for a seasoned explorer like you, I dare say delving into the depths of the deepest recesses of such a ruin unharmed would be a child's play. What do you say? Would you would you aid in my investigation and embark on this new adventure? I knew you wouldn't disappoint. The ruins lie beyond the river, north of Lake Tori in Shaloni. Let us continue our conversation there. So, we go in here. What the heck is that? Okay. Oh, that's what that is. Let me fix that. Hold on. Just noticed that, so I need to fix that. I'm not sure how long that has been there, so let's swiftly see to it that that is fixed. Okay. Sources. There we go. Now the URL properly works, even though there's no one in call right now. Back to stream. Ooh, the Phoenix. From a few years ago during the Rising. Wonderful. You're here. Lost history is the age... History lost to the ages is in the valley just upstream. 'Tis a landscape unlike any other, teeming with sabatenders of all shapes and sizes, I call it. I call it Tender Valley. Doubtless the ruins have remained untouched for all these years due to its barbed and inviters. Inviters? I don't know. After all, none would rush to become a victim to their thousand needles. Though I believe the ruins nested deep within the valley to be Yahui in origin, a closer inspection revealed motifs even I could not recognize. There's a new discovery waiting to be found within, I'm sure of it. Alas, the defense mechanisms protecting it were far too much for the mercenaries I hired. You would be wise not to underestimate them yourself. Ah, lest I forget, you should know that I dropped some of my notes concerning the expedition during my escape. If you would know of my findings, I encourage you to to search for the records during your exploration. I shall await your return here. I entrust to you the honor of discovering the unknowns which lie within. And we have unlocked Tender Valley, which we are going to queue up for now. Which is a 6-minute queue. We are going to head to Athard and continue our hunts while we wait. And our hunt is over here. In this away direction. There should be some over here. Yep. We're gonna switch to, what are these levels? And what, they're level 62. Let's pull Dark Knight out. Turn you into a healer. There we go, that's done. The next hunt is all the way under the sea, and did I see the No, we're gonna hide this thing because it's not working properly. Reactive was having trouble on one of my friends' streams earlier, so I expect it's the same issue. So we're heading to this bubble over here. We're looking for a specific enemy in here that only spawns There are only 3 that spawned here. And they all spawn in the back of the room. There we are. Turtles. Snails? Snails. That's all I have in the Ruby Sea, and that's the end of that one bill marker. Next we're going to Yancha. Oh, never mind. Our duty finder popped. Boop. Boop. Ooh, we have 2 Pictos. I really do suck at the first boss of this dungeon. I suck at reading the first boss of this dungeon's attacks, aside from that one. Oh, fuck. Eh. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Ow. Blendered that boss. Two Pictos actually wrecked him. I'm gonna lose my test stacks, but oh well. Ah. They don't damage the tank. Lol. Oop. This is one I'm actually okay at reading. It's gonna be squares, so stand right here should be good. There's be swears again. And it's gonna be circles. So. Scree? Let's see. Can't use that, can't use that, so pass on both. Let's see, this side is safe. This side is safe. It's the same mechanic as one of the dungeons from Shadowbringers. Yep, this side is safe. This side is safe once again. Time for boss cutscene. Inexorable Eternity, Great Serpent of Tural. Pass. Right here's safe. We are absolutely decimating this boss's health bar. I wonder if it'll even get to its last phase. It completely skipped a phase. Okay. It completely skipped one of its phases, lol. We are just doing that much damage. Let it be known that 2 Pictomancers decimates a boss's health bar. Yeah, it didn't even get to its last fucking phase. Jeez, it didn't even get to its last phase. Hi, Ashi. How you doing? We had 2 Pictomancers and we decimated it before it got to its last phase. I've never seen that boss go down that fast. Oh. Let's see if it puts me back at the place where I got the dungeon. No, it did not. Okay. We're heading to Dawntrail. How you doing today, Achi? I did not mean to press that button. Oh, that's unfortunate. You are returned, and with nary a needle to be seen. I experienced them firsthand myself. The pain was simply indescribable. That said, once it subsided, I was surprised to find that the lower back pain which had addled me for years had completely vanished. Now, tell me of your expedition. I wish to hear everything. What did you see? What was hidden deep within those ruins? I see. How truly remarkable to think that the structures of of a of a serpent separate civilization lie in the depths of Yokui ruins, and at their deepest point a great serpentine creature awaited. This is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, a significant discovery regarding Jacques Tourel's history. Tell me, what thoughts have you concerning the valley's depths? I dare say the ruins predated Yokui. It reminds me of the ancient Raktikan ruins I saw in another world. It seems special, I guess. I have no doubt there are many gospels that foretold of the great serpent's majesty. I'm gonna say this one. It reminds me of the great Raktikan ruins I saw in another world. What? Truly? Such a claim is invaluable testimony. Based on your descriptions, it is likely that the ancient Yokui simultaneously feared and revered this servant of unfathomable power, and after encountering it, constructed the temple to conceal it from the world. This may be the final element which proves my likes for a theory, the eerie resemblance of the reflections of civilizations. In my capacity as a professor of the Studian, I've taken the liberty of reading the Scion's reports concerning the source and its reflections and the civilizations therein for myself. Their findings indicate that the sundering diminished mankind's intellect to that of beasts. The flourishing civilizations of the ancients was forgotten, and the people of each reflection set out on separate paths, forging desperate civilizations of their own. Yet, can we say that these civilizations worlds apart are truly different? If we all came from one shared ancient heritage, it would not be natural that the development of each society and culture bears similarities to one another. What I'm trying to say is that it is entirely possible that the society which predates the Oki bears similarities to ancient Raktika Ronco once exists in the source. Naturally, it is necessary to conduct further research regarding how twin civilizations born in two separate worlds developed under entirely different environments. Nevertheless, your discovery today has provided further proof of the possibility of my theory. On that subject, I would ask you to join me on another adventure, one markedly less fraught with danger. As one who has traveled beyond the rift to the first, your knowledge and insight concerning ancient Ranka are invaluable. I would journey to Warlord's Echoes and speak with the chronicler of Yokui, that I may learn of their legends. Who knows? We may just discover some striking parallels to the cultures of ancient Ranka. And off he goes. I'm just gonna call this guy Zaishian because that's the closest thing I can think of to pronouncing his name. Mr. Zaishian has told me of his request. I hope that I am able to be of some help. I am pleased to see you made it, Wolf Mage. I came by alpaca, and for a blessing, I felt no pain in my lower back the entire ride. Perhaps the medicinal applications of sabotander needles is a field deserving of further study. Ahem. A subject for another time, perhaps. The personage before us is the self-same individual who informed me of that Yokoi ruin my that Yokoi ruins may exist in Shaloni. They looked after me when I came here previously and could to conduct field work and are extraordinarily erudite individuals. Are an extraordinarily erudite individual, well versed in ancient legends. Tell me, my friend, based on what I've shared with you, were you able to find any commonalities between the legends of your people and the ruins discovered in Dawntrail, including those concerning disease? Precious few stories of our ancestors who traversed north have been passed down, but for valiant warriors who brought the sky ruin low, I would share with you a story regarding the great serpent, one we normally would not disclose to outsiders. Please follow me to the indelible passage. The mural shall explain all. Okay, that's all the way over there. We're gonna mount up. We got Carbuncle. Carbuncle. Looks like it's just over there in that passage. Yep. Actually, I apologize for the ads earlier. I wish I could turn them off, but I can't. Zaishin? So these are the murals which depict the legend of the Yokoi. When I was previously here for research, I was not allowed in this far. A legend concerning the Great Serpent is hidden within this mural. Pray gaze upon it carefully as I weave for you an ancient tale. Long, long ago, a sect of our ancestors forged north. There, deep within a valley, they discovered what the remains of an ancient temple. Its inhabitants had long perished, and the purpose for which the structure existed was itself an enigma. Yet when our forebears finally delved into its furthest recesses, they discovered a great serpent deep in slumber. It should be noted, our people revered serpents as divine creatures who govern the boundary between worlds. It beheld one to behold one of such immense power determined there within the ruins they dormant there within the ruins They believed it best to build a temple around its chambers and offer prayer for its divine protection. Yet, in the ensuing years, our people were plagued by disease. Time and again, our ancestors offered supplication for divine assistance, but no matter how fervent their prayers, the great serpent never deigned to answer them. In the end, a great many of our forebears withdrew from the northern lands. Only the most devout worshippers of the great serpent remained, and they too would eventually withdraw in a somber procession, having buried too many brothers and sisters. The sect who remained prayed for the great serpent's awakening. They prayed for a salvation that would never come. Yet why should it awaken now, and what incited its aggression? Was it simply by chance that it rose in so foul a mood, and is there perhaps some underlying reason we've yet to uncover? The devout who held vigil of the temple held this belief: when the great serpent doth awake, its coils shall envelop the world. In other words, the creature's discovery was itself a pretext to legitimize their territorial expansion north. Yet their prayers fell on deaf ears. Only now, before our benefactor, has the great serpent finally awoken. A peculiar but altogether fascinating turn of events. If the being you encountered was truly divine, mayhaps it is you who shall receive its blessing. If we consider that our friend here, a traveler capable of crossing the rift twixt worlds, was blessed by a being who governs that boundary, would it that not fit the interpretation held by the sect who remained? At any rate, Mage's testimony and the legends of the Ffxiv shall go a long way in verifying my theory. If I can gather sufficient evidence that these two civilizations would share fundamental values, and prove my thesis, our outlook on history shall be irrevocably changed. Mayhap even an entire new field of study shall be pioneered. Does the inception of civilization and its fancy bear similarities in each reflection? Was there some localized connection between them, such as planar fissures, or perhaps there was some all-powerful keeper of whispers, peering through the veil? Just think about what it is that connects us across the rift. Gets my heart racing. I certainly have my work cut out for me, and now that I've made the ruin safe, I may resume my expedition, perhaps more impassionately, continue writing my thesis. Master Chronicler Mage, I cannot thank you thank either of you enough for your cooperation this day. I know not where my research will take me, but I have no doubt my pursuits of the mysteries and miracles will see us across paths again. Huh. And we're gonna take spell speed. Oh, we get both. We get piety and spell speed. Materia. And the next quest we're gonna do is gonna unlock the other optional dungeon. However, it looks like it's time for me to end stream. So, we'll do that tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed my stream. I hope you guys stop by again. Until next time, I've been Wolf Mage 1011. I'll see you guys then. Bye!